Rich Homie? That's you? Let go! Hey! See, I walked in with 2 cars feeling like the man of the year. And a broke nigga can't understand 100 grand in these pants over here. 100 grand, picture that, I'ma hit it from the back with my hands on the hill. I'ma fuck your bitch. And I'm smoking out the bag, but I see your man with a zip.
What's up? Welcome to Politically Incorrect, where being correct doesn't have to be political, and being political doesn't have to be correct. Today's episode, definitely we're going to get into some real topics. Today is going to be a deep, personal episode as we're going to be discussing Rich Homie Quan and shedding light just about some things, talking about depression, talking about mental health issues, and a lot of good stuff going on today. So tune in, check us out, and follow us on all social platforms.
Yeah. What's up, Corey? What's up, Monta?
What's happening?
We got family in the building today. Corey, the father of Rich Homie Quan, Monta, the manager, the big brother. Got him here with us today, man. Monta started off, being Quan coach. Corey, you as the father. You guys played a major role in his success. We took a huge loss. His fans, the city, the world, But most of all, you guys took the biggest loss, man. On this episode, it's gonna be a little different than, our normal episodes that we do. This is our 5th one. So, we rolling a little bit. But, we are offering them, y'all the space, discuss some of the challenging and deeply personal struggles that many of us face, mental illness, anxiety, depression, PTSD, and more, plus the silence battle that a lot of us facing throughout life, So we believe it's time to pull back the curtains on these issues that too often remain hidden in the dark. And, we want to let y'all elaborate on that a little bit, give us y'all perception on it, and we'll just go from there.
Man, that's good. That's a lot of good stuff, man. I'll let Corey go ahead and start tapping into the parts of the mental health or the depression or whichever one he want to. By the way, I'm Monta.
First and foremost, man, Gouch, thank you for reaching out to us to allow, the world to see behind the scenes of what goes on.
Right. And I thank you too, both you guys, for answering my text and coming through.
Yeah, no problem.
For sure.
One of the questions that has not been presented directly to me, but one of the questions that I've been hearing is, why didn't you all do something to prevent this? What you have to understand, and I have to explain to people all the time, Quan was 34. He wasn't 14. And as a parent, you're there. You know what I'm saying? And you let your kids know you're there. A lot of things that Quan was indulging in, I knew nothing about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't know. As a parent, kids keep certain things from their parents. But I do recall here lately, man, Quan was in a dark space in his life at certain times. There were times where Quan would call me or FaceTime me, and man, his attitude would be 85-degree day, sunny, nice, you know what I'm saying? Just happy. You know what I'm saying? Showing me how clean the house was, telling me his day, what he had going on, and how enthused and happy he was about that day. And then there were times where I would get calls from Dre, where Dre would be like, you talked to Quan? I'd be like, no, I ain't talked to him today. He'd be like, man, he been in the bedroom all day. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is, man, like, artists go through a lot, man. People pulling on you from all angles, man. Family, friends, fans. You know what I'm saying? Just people want to be attached to you. And in Quan's death, I've experienced a little bit of that, man. You know what I'm saying? Just a tad. And I've said to myself during those times, damn, I wonder, if this is just a percentage of what he went through, imagine what he went through on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And with that being said, it was very alarming, man, for me to lose my son. You know what I'm saying? Not only my son, my best friend. Somebody that I talk to 9, 10 times a day, man. You know what I'm saying? We had business ventures together outside of the music. You know what I mean? Quan didn't hardly make a move pertaining to business without me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Gouch, you were a part of our team. You know,
Right.
you know how we were structured. You know how we moved. Y'all was in New York. Y'all was in LA. You know what I'm saying? It was like everybody had their position and they played it. You know what I'm saying? So for me to wake up one day, man, and get a call and say Quan is non-responsive, and by the time I get to the house, they're bringing him out on a stretcher, and within an hour or so, my son transitioned. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think, man, like it's important, man, for family, friends, whoever, pay attention, man. Pay attention to the little signs. Now in hindsight, there were a lot of things I wish I would have did different. You know what I'm saying? Now that he's not here, but if you got loved ones, man, and you suspect that they're in a dark space, or you suspect, man, that they may be dealing with something, man, try your best, because this seat that I'm sitting in, I don't wish this on nobody, bro. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, Quan passed September the 5th, man, I ain't had a good night's sleep since. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in denial that Quan is gone. It still doesn't seem real to me. I was out the other night, man, riding. I pulled up at his house. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting there, walking through the house, in his bedroom, in the studio. Like how you would come over there with the bags of Chick-fil-A and we'd sit
Right.
around and have meetings, and you'd be like, man, you know what? We took a lot of stuff for granted.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's gone, and you just be like, man, like, shit for real, man. So if you got people, man, and you suspect that there's some darkness in their life, man, reach out to them, man, because like now that he's gone, I realized, man, that kid was like, he was dealing with a lot, but he covered it up so well. But when everybody was gone, I guess that's when he turned to his vices. You feel me?
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? We want everyone to know this is not about judgment or quick fixes. It's about understanding, learning, and inspiring one another to find healthier paths forward. When you're faced these challenges yourself, or know someone who has or simply wants better, you know what I'm saying, understanding how to support the people you love, we welcome you. I'm saying we're going to start this conversation. We're going to get this thing going. We just let Corey open up the show. You know what I'm saying? So, Monta, we got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What was Quan like as a person beyond the music? What's something fans not know about him?
Quan as a person, man, as a little brother, as an individual, probably one of the funniest, silliest people that you would ever want to be around. He was very, 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 very intelligent, very smart, very charismatic. He just was the life of a party at certain times. If you got him there to where he could open up and be, in his capacity to where he was not shy. A lot of people don't know that Quan was shy because he was a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? But Quan was like one of the shyest people that I had ever met outside of myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So most of us on our team were like that. So we combined to be a bunch of like-minded dudes. You know what I mean? Which made us who we are as a team. That's why we all jammed the way we jammed and got along the way we got along. But just for the world to know, man, he just was a real silly, like smart as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like above a average student. You know what I'm saying? When he was in school, and that carried over to him being a man that was the man he was. You know what I'm saying? Real smart. He gonna have more knowledge in certain rooms. He sit and watch ESPN, and if it was anything that he was talking about, he was gonna make you check yourself, like, what the hell? Cause he just sit around. He's like a bookworm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that people probably don't know about him. He wasn't just a person that picked up a microphone and said, I'm gonna go. Like, he was very calculated with damn near everything he did.
Yeah. That's dope. I definitely couldn't agree, you know what I'm saying, for being on the team and being around, you know what I'm saying? And before I came around, you know what I'm saying, Quan, creativity and artistry, you know what I'm saying, was very, very different. You know what I'm saying? I had not seen quite few like it. Probably, you know what I'm saying, just very different. To go into a studio and you see someone that's got so much music completed, you know what I'm saying? You be like, man, there's a lot of songs to choose from, you know what I'm saying? Which y'all know, like, with me walking into the situation with y'all, like, I ain't, you know, usually we have to, when working with artists, you know what I'm saying, someone trying to break them into the music world, you're like, man, we gotta get in the studio, we gotta record, we gotta get producers, and then walking into a situation where, like, I already established artist is like, he was established, he had music, and then it's like, people, you know what I'm saying, the project we did together, work with, put out, it was like, some of those songs probably were old from what was told to me.
For sure.
And it was just like, no one probably would ever knew that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the difference in, you know what I'm saying, having your work, which is corn babies that he would say.
Yeah.
And then, you know, other people are just like, on the slow flow. Like, I got to find it. And then we don't see them work with different people and just go crazy with it.
Yeah, his work ethic is another thing, too, that people got to know. People be wanting to know, like, this is dad. Like, these niggas, you genetically be connected by certain things. Like, when I came into the fruition to be able to meet Corey, it's like, this man got up every day and went to work. So when I got a chance to put my hands on Quan from the baseball field to the studio, like, shit, when I went and bought a setup and put it at my house, he was at my house more than me. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we would be doing songs together, and I'm tired, but I ain't but didn't have a tired in him. So it's like the work ethic and the recording songs, and I've been around a lot of artists at this particular point coming into it with him. I never seen nobody work like him. I've heard that it's artists that do, but I ain't never seen nobody work like that. It's crazy.
And I was just gonna ask. I know we was talking about work ethic. Like, do you feel like his legacy, you know, has really been, you know, accepted enough in the hip hop community, you know, when he was alive, or is more like they really just really supporting and accepting him now that he gone?
Well, that's a 2-part question. You know what I'm saying? That I think me and Corey gonna tap into that because we both got our certain different feelings about that. I feel like when you speak on legacy, he built his legacy that was already there to allow people to be able to say, hey, right now, this is who he is. But when he was alive and doing this thing, you know what I'm saying, people shaded him. You know, I've said that before, people pick sides. You know what I'm saying? Life, us, as African Americans, we are the worst with it. We pick sides. So people pick sides and people forgot about how talented this guy was. People forgot about the fact that it wasn't just that we dropped Still Going In or we dropped Type of Way or Flex or Party or blah, blah, blah. Like, Shawty been having hits. Shawty had project after project after project, and you can't name me one folding. Well, we ain't gonna sit here and cap it down. Me and this man right here got one project up under our belt that goes under our belt that we both woke up and we were like, bro, what the hell is this? But it's still people that fuck with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So in our reign, you know what I'm saying, it's a bittersweet situation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people was picking sides. And
No, for sure.
when you go back and you look at now that we no longer have bro here with us and what people jamming to, and when we look at the numbers, it's like, oh, that's old. That's been now. You know what I'm saying? From the Family and Moolahs to the Rich as in Spirit to the Back to the Basics, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
To every project that we got, you know, when bro passed, I watched the numbers. I seen us shoot up to number 1. We know that's gonna happen. Quan know that's gonna happen. But what I try to tell the people is, you know what I'm saying, in life, man, support what you support. Don't allow nobody to sway you into a different type of opinion of what it is. If you like something, like it for what you like it for.
Right. Definitely.
You know.
Facts.
So
And to chime in on that, what you got to understand is that we was in this game 12, 13 years. So it's like we seen a lot of what go on behind the scenes. And I've always been a man of moral value and integrity. And a lot of times, man, there was certain things I didn't advise Quan to participate in or to be a part of. So a lot of times when it's in my mindset, the bigger the artist, the more BS come with it. And me being a dad and me being a protector, if I say, hey man, I ain't feeling it because I feel like it ain't gonna go right, Quan would be like, you know what, that's cool. And what you have to realize in life, every dollar ain't a good dollar.
For sure.
Society is based upon what you drive, what you wear, and what you ride in. But at the end of the day, for Quan to be 34 years old and the accomplishments that he made, the investments we made outside of music, the monies we made in music, in my eyes, man, shit, not publicized, but that young nigga was having his way, man.
Oh God.
I'm talking about like money, material stuff. It was the humility in him that caused him to keep it down because, like, at the end of the day, I used to be like, hey, man, listen, you don't have to do what everybody doing.
Fact.
I was raised by my granddad. If everybody go left, you go right. You know what I'm saying? And when that kid died, what hurt me more than anything was the fact that he had established and saved up so much. And I don't feel like in my heart that he got a chance to enjoy it. You feel what I'm saying? But you got guys that be in this game, man, 3-4 years, be number one for 2-3 years, and the 4th, 5th year, where they at?
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, borrowing money against their publishing and stuff. You know how many calls that we took? I'm like, we don't have to do that. You know how many people will call you trying to loan you money because they ain't heard from you? And what you have to understand, the way it was set up financially and the structure that was there, I told Monta, and we admitted, we helped create this coin, bro. Because guess what? He knew that he had so much put up. Coin worked when he wanted to work, man. He didn't have excessive bills. Coin never had a house note. Coin never had car notes. All Coin had was utility bills and take care of his kids. So if he feel like, man, I can go out here and drop a project and make me $200,000-300,000, and Monta can book me some shows and I can get me some 50s and 60s a month, you think about it. That's great money for a level-headed person. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah. So
And
his catalog is timeless.
yeah. And guess what? And we ain't sold nothing.
We ain't sold nothing.
And guess what? With publishing alone, the kid was getting over millions a year off his catalog. So a lot of times, you know, we just look at what people show us.
Yeah.
Not what's behind the scenes.
And not what's behind the scenes. So it wasn't like Quan was living a very comfortable life, man. Very comfortable, man.
Right. And I was going to ask, I know you were saying like how you kind of like embedded in him to, you know, move right when everybody else moving left.
Right.
I was just thinking like, so how strong do you think a person has to be able to stay the course and stay right when everybody going left? Like, and then deal with the backlash of, all right, I'm going to do this. Everybody telling me I got to go this way, but fuck that. I'm going to go ahead and go this way. But, you know, how do you think a person can deal with that type of, you know, outcome of that and the backlash from what will happen from you going a different way than everybody else?
I think more so than anything, man, Quan used to tell me, he used to say, Dad, you know why I do what you asked me to do? I say, why? He said, because I see it work in your life. So when you set an example, I can't tell Quan to save money and I'm broke. I can't tell Quan to go buy a house and I'm staying in an apartment. I can't tell Quan I go buy you a car, but I'm renting a car. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times those things are instilled by what you see. And at the end of the day, when all the dust settles and all the smoke clear, Quan could pick up his iPhone and log in his bank account and he could see his finances. So what somebody else doing or what somebody else say, they're entitled to their opinion.
Sure.
What you got to realize, you can have the number one song for a year. They're going to kiss your ass. They're going to run up behind you. They're going to want to touch you. But guess what? When all the dust settles and all the smoke clear, guess what? They going on to the next.
No, definitely.
Right.
But if you maintain some dignity and you maintain structure, see, we were big on structure over here. Can't nobody tell you from here to Africa that we did bad business.
Never.
We don't owe nobody no money. If we agreed to do something, we did it. If something came up and we couldn't make it, we refunded the money. We kept it clean all the way across. Quan would try to use that at times. Y'all don't know what an artist go through. But that's when he just didn't want to put forth the effort. And I would tell him, hey, man, you know what you signed up for when you chose this profession.
No, for
And
sure.
I used to remind him, bro, you make more in a weekend than some people make
In a
in a
lifetime.
year,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
a whole year.
You feel what I'm saying?
Lifetime.
A year. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like what was good about us was that we were always there to remind him. Because you got to realize, like, I used to tell Quan, like, he'd be like, Dad, every time I buy you something, you take it back. And I used to be like, Quan, ain't no point in buying me no $2,000 shoes because I'm not buying no $500 belt. I'm not buying no $1,000 shirt to go with it. Because you know what? I could have for 26 years. You know how long it took me to make $1,000? It took me damn near a week and a half back then. Yeah. So I know the value of $1, and I instilled that in him as well. Every time he went out, people be like, that nigga look good. Guess what? He ain't missed a beat. It's just what society want. You don't have to get society what they want, because at the end of the day, that man got 5 kids that are left here, right? And by the grace of God and by the discipline that was instilled in him and the way he carried himself, man, them kids set for the rest of their life. How many other artists can sit in this chair, or their loved ones can sit and say, hey, man, them kids ain't got to worry about nothing. And that's what you do it for. When you get a certain age, me and Quan used to have conversations where we would say something like, bro, you know what? Man, so much money don't even excite you anymore. So then you start thinking about your kids. And that's just what was instilled in him, man. So that's why, like, people be like, the homie fell off. My partner said, nigga told him one day, man, the homie fell off. He said, fell off? He said, I just left the nigga house. Nigga got a $1.5 million house. Nigga got a Wraith in the garage. Nigga got a Hellcat. Nigga got drip. My partner said, shit, if that's falling off, I need to fall off. But at the end of the day, guess what? Society said he fell off. If they can't see it, you don't have to show
and
up.
I don't even think it'd be really, especially like to the fans, I don't even really think it'd be like the music. It more so really be, I mean, it don't be the money. It really more so be the music. Like, I think it more so like people when they saying like he fell off, it was more so like a, damn, he was on the charts every year at the time, or he was hot as can be, you know, on every countdown, but now we ain't seeing him in 2 years, so now they looking like, oh, he must have fell off. I don't think it was really more so like a money thing.
Nah, I think it's trifold, though. I think when we, because shit, even down there where we play ball at, like, niggas that walked up to me and been like, they'll make a mockery out of it. Like, we the niggas who took the backlash of him not being seen. Right. Niggas would come to me and be like, oh, shit, Quan fell off. Woo-doo. And I'd be like, fell off what? Like Corey said, shit, what the hell fall off is? I'm on the inside.
Right.
So for me, it wouldn't be the music, because I just said it 5 minutes ago. We got the music. We've always had the music. Right. The music, in order for the music to go to the charts or whatever you saying, for society to be able to see it in that light, let's educate the people. The people got to support it. The music is there. It has to be supported in order for it to climb the charts. So when people in our culture say you fell off, they saying you fell off with all the stuff that they can't see. Right. And again, our team, we're the most humble guys in this shit.
Basically.
We humble. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. We don't have, Quan the most turned up person. So if he the most turned up and then you take us and we humble and everybody around him humble, he come from humble beginnings. So that's what they would say when it come to him. That's what we would get. I get it in my DM a lot. You know what I'm saying? So to put that out there to the culture so they'll know, the people that see this, like, sometimes you got to stop being judgmental of a situation. You're entitled to judge it because it's what you can't see. But when you start being judgmental, it's when you start imposing those things upon people and forming an opinion about it. You know what I'm saying? You can't have an opinion about something what you don't damn know.
And I feel like people...
I don't think you could judge it either, though. Like,
you judge like,
I don't think you could judge something that you don't know. You more so can have an opinion, but you can't judge it.
Well, judgment is eyesight or something. When you walk into the bank, they judge you. It's, oh, he look like he don't have this, or he that, or he that. That's what it is.
He look like he don't supposed to be here. So basically, what they were saying when y'all was speaking on the falling out part, like, oh, we don't see Quan turning up. They know he dropping music.
Yeah, they ain't supporting it.
Right. We don't see the new cars. We don't see this. But like Corey said, you got a mansion, Rafe, all this. So like, we need a real definition of falling off nowadays.
Yeah. We need a
that's why I said. That's why I said I more so think it was more so when I said it's the music. It was more so like he wasn't like.
I don't feel like it's the music. I feel like if they
lifestyle.
can't view your lifestyle.
Nah, he always been. I feel like he always was popping.
No. So what you gotta say? Go back to what Monta said. Monta said you're dealing with a shy kid. Yeah. Right. Go back to the shyness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gouch, Day, Monta, Drake. They literally used to want to put him in a chokehold to pop his stuff.
To pop
Let
his
him
shit.
see it, bro. Let you know, get you a vlog going. Let these people see the day and the life into you.
Yeah.
That they tried it, but guess what? At the end of the day, that just wasn't who he was.
Right.
No,
So a lot of times, you know, you got to realize, man, Quan's situation was different.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to one of them mixtapes, he'll tell you, man, I made a couple of million off a mixtape. So you got to realize when you go sit down with Capitol Music or Sony and all them boys, the majority of the people going in, they ain't never had no money, bruh.
Right.
So
And
they're
they
gonna
never-
take whatever is presented to them.
Exactly.
When we did Quan's deal, that deal
We was
took
up.
a year and a half to do, and we were up, bruh.
We was up.
So it ain't like a lot of stuff people telling you to do because you trying to get to the bag. So that's just like if you ain't got a nigga come in here and say, bro, do this, you gonna be running like a chicken with your head cut off.
Right.
Trying to build up because they say, hey, like we've had meetings where you got to do this. No,
We ain't doing that.
See, at the end of the day, we follow that man up there. So we pray and we ask God to lead us because we know what man will do every time. As long as you can eat with me, you cool.
As long as you can't, you
guess
gone.
what? That's a lot of what happened with us. We didn't let anybody just get on board, man. We didn't let, and then you got to realize, like I told Quan, bro, if you made 15, 20 million, bro, you won. You
won if you made 1 million.
You won. You feel me?
Right.
So then when you look at artists and you look at the dollars or the dollars that are presented to us as fans, I was taught a long time ago, man, that's a gross and a net. I want to see the net number, bro. They can sit up here and say such and such made 20 million. How much did he take home? By the time the label get their money, the managers get their money, yada yada get their money, yada yada. So guess what? If we can still make the money and not have all of these people involved, guess what, bro? I'm with that all day.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then a lot of them can't sit there and say like, "Oh, I had $3 million before I went to a label."
They can't say that.
So
Believe that.
it's not understandable to them when they walking in.
Right.
Like you got to realize some people have a different view. If I made $3 million independent, I can come now. I'm coming here sit with Capitol Record. And
Yeah,
they
you
say,
got to match that.
"Oh, this and this," and like, nah, I made $3 million independently.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
And to go back on what you saying about the falling off part, right? Let's just make sure we clear this. Like, certain shit is situational because right now we ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I keep hearing the culture say Baby fell off. We know Baby got $100 million, but they talking about with him his
They
music.
talking about music, right?
So it's the fall off word. They use it according to who
Whatever
and what
it is
the
in the situation is, right? It's
You get what I'm
different
saying? So
situation.
it's one of them situations to where it's like it's subjective.
Yeah.
The words is subjective to the
Whatever the
situation
situation
and
is
who
at
it
the time.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how that shit go in our culture, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's
Because they see-
politically incorrect.
Right. It's definitely politically incorrect.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, he turned on Instagram, but he fell off in the music.
In the music.
Oh, he putting out music, but we don't see him on Instagram.
There you
he
go.
Fell
It's
off.
situational.
What
It's
is
subjective.
the definition?
It's subjective.
It's politically incorrect.
You ugly to somebody. You
Right.
handsome to another person. What is rich? It's a subjective topic.
Exactly. Because when we was growing up, how much money had to be hood rich? Corey?
10,000, nigga.
You got
a
a
50.
50.
You got a 50. You home.
You out of here,
What
bro.
the hell? You home with a 50?
I don't been hood
Niggas
rich
wanted
so
to
many
have
times.
Hey, niggas wanted to have a
here.
10,000.
Man, you got
when I was
10,000. You definitely home.
Niggas wanted
But
to have a 10.
but a 50, you
No, because for real,
no.
the jump off topic for a second. I don't know. I was just calling my first 10,000, but I think
Boy, I thought you hit the
think I took
lottery,
like 2 weeks off from college.
man, bro. I thought it was the end of the
My
world
grandma,
right there.
my grandma was
he
like,
was your
when you were
daddy,
going back to school?
If he was in your life, boy, you would have been in jail taking off with a dime. Button on play.
No, my
I don't play
grandma
by
really
that
didn't know.
pay-per-view, but-
I was still in.
It was your refund check, or you had just like
No,
made
nigga,
so?
I made 10,000.
Oh yeah. I made that my very first party. I made 10,000. I thought I was about to drop out of college right then. I said 10,000 at
I
19.
came back.
Man, I had a 10 at
Walt,
18.
Fabo, all of we went about brand new Timbs. I swear to God, I still
Yep.
remember like yesterday, the time we went to Cumberland Mall.
Go
Like,
crazy.
I went crazy.
Man.
If you could have that same 10 now, what would you do?
I probably that same 10 now because of the time that it was. I probably would invest in real estate
Fact.
because I feel like I was knowledgeable of like the Beltline movement and a lot of different things that was transpiring in
didn't
Atlanta
take advantage of it.
because I was in the Manton program at Thera. So by that being law and government, we used to have people come to the school and they was teaching us about the Beltline in the Manton program.
Yeah.
So I really just didn't understand at the moment.
Fact.
So when I graduated and then year after, I'm like, that's what them folks were talking about.
Right.
Like they brought the like showing us like the blueprints, everything. Like, oh, this is what we finna do in this area, and it like because it was like a big brother, big sister program from the city of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because we were law and government.
Yeah.
So everybody that we dealt with worked like in government for the
like
city.
That. Yeah.
For sure.
And so, I wasn't a smart kid, so I was in the Manton program.
Yeah.
So they were teaching me that shit, and I was just like, oh, whatever.
So, Goot, you just told the world you was smart.
Now he told the world that last week on Instagram.
They know I'm smart.
Yeah, he said.
I just ain't got to prove to people that I'm smart every time.
It ain't that you have to prove it. I just think people, they judge.
I mean,
they say never judge a book by its cover.
So then when they talk to me, they feel like they find out that I'm smarter than them.
And then you don't say it a lot that you intelligent.
Yeah, I don't be like people who really just know my business like that too much.
That ain't your business. That's like your
character.
But guess what he just said? Same thing worked for him, worked for Quan.
Yeah.
He said he didn't want people to know his business.
Right.
Quan didn't want people to know about the real estate we had.
Exactly.
We were buying and flipping houses. Now they going 100. Buying this property, putting money into it, doing whatever needed to be done. But that wasn't the world business. So a lot of times they were like, he fell off. Nigga, we just made X amount of dollars and y'all saying a nigga fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talking about
that didn't have nothing to do with no music.
Yeah,
Right.
I think the character part is different than your actual business. I think like who you are as a person, is different than what you possess.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with telling a person I used to be the drum major. I graduated with 3.17 because the image that I put out here to these kids might be, at one point I was a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? So now I had to change it up and tell them like, hey, even though I had to do certain type of things coming from what I came from, we had to do certain type of things. Like I ain't come from no wealthy family. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom stayed in the project. She paid $12 a month for rent.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We stayed from project to project to project. I seen people doing certain things. So yeah, I done played in the streets a little bit. But when I say like putting people in my business, like if I'm putting you in my business, I might tell you what I've done. But being able to say, hey, young man, I went to class. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm smart. That ain't really, like, sometimes we need to put that out there for these young men who following us to be able to be like, open their eyes and be like, you know what, shit, I need to go that way then. You feel me? Because what's put out here and what we do every day, Gooch, is, shit, you got to be tough. You got to walk around with your pants hanging down, or you got to play football or baby.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't really put out here that you can be smart and make it. You know what I'm saying? And with Quan, like, Quan always told his story that he was smart. He always tell the story that I read books and James Patterson was my favorite author.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think more of that have to be put into the culture than the other narrative that we put out here. Everybody want to be a street nigga. Like, nah, that's not what's happening.
I feel like people like Quan, myself, like when we saying like we don't want people to know certain stuff because sometimes, how I think is like if someone know you doing something, they find a way to hate.
They gonna do that regardless.
They find a way to overcharge you for something.
Facts.
And it's like, I'd rather them not know.
Yeah.
Or they find a way to downplay it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I agree.
Right.
Right.
So
but I'm just saying the character side of you, that's where I'm at. I don't want nobody to know nothing I got going on. Like, that's just how private we are, you know what I'm saying? And I would be taken away from what I'm taking away from if I didn't sit next to this man. Like, I deal with the man every day. Like, we some super private individuals, but shit, when it's time to get in front of a camera and this and that, we gonna let you know who we are. We ain't got to tell you what we doing.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? That's the part that I'm saying. You know, because I ain't telling nobody what I got going on. Like, I fuck with cars. Like, you know that. I might pull up. You can charge me $50,000 and charge you 10. I don't want that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And I always feel like that because it's like with the flipping the house, it's like, oh, Quan trying to buy this out there.
The price get
20, 30, 40,000. So Quan basically saying like, nah, Dad, we're not letting them folks know that we doing this.
Yeah.
They just do it and not let them know. Because it's like people always or rather just beat you across the head than
do
just
business
like
with you.
do great business with you and build with you. Like I was just talking to Vino about this earlier. Like if we gonna do it, let's just do it.
That's right.
Don't just play me, you know what I'm saying, and put someone else in position to do it when you telling me this, like, oh, we're gonna do it. No, I just don't understand. And Vino like, oh, your feelings in. No, my feelings not in it.
No, they just what it is.
It's just how I look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna sell me this house and you told my dad 50,000 and I called and had a conversation with you, you told me 70,000. Your dad
I don't
almost
wanna
got
do
the
business
number
with you.
wrong. Oh, my dad ain't got no damn number wrong. He heard what you said.
I don't want to do business
And
with
it be that middle of what people go through.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to touch on some, especially with you, Monta, 'cause I see you on the ground. You always be giving us, inspirational quotes every day. Everybody been telling you, you got to have like your talks with Monta every day on the ground. You be talking about a lot of like shit like black men we go through. And I was I was seeing something that was saying like roughly like 50% of individuals with severe mental disorders are affected by substance abuse. And I just wanted to hear your thoughts on that and just really talking kind of about substance abuse and mental disorders.
First of all, it's like 8 different mental disorders that people go through, and in the African American community, it's looked down upon and it's not searched upon. When I say searched upon, most parents are in disbelief or they're in denial about what their kids go through. I am one of them kids. That's why I speak on it, right? So I had ADHD, a hint of autism, all type of stuff that wasn't looked upon. So when I would go in class, I was suffering with certain ailments that my mom wasn't paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the ADHD. I'm happy and I'm glad that I was able to go past it because I would have probably been drugged up and, even in the medical field, they just drug your kids up and put them on through or whatever. So
Get them Xanax, send them back in school.
send them back. Yeah, exactly. Xanax, all
Adderall,
type of other
back in
stuff. And
class.
put you back in. I took Lexapro as an adult. Once they start being put on the forefront. And with that being said, I suffer with certain mental things that came along with that, being accepted, you know what I'm saying? Feeling like, I went through the bullying stage when I was young. You know what I mean? Like I went through all that stuff that led me into being a man that had certain mental things. People think mental illness is you walking around slobbing out of your mouth. That's only a different form of mental illness. You suffer with mental illness with your thoughts, your financial situations, depression. Depression comes from so many different places. You know what I'm saying? And we like to look at it in different ways. Most people are ashamed of their depression. In order to get past any of this stuff, you have to put it on the forefront. You have to deal with it head on. So what happens when it comes to substance abuse, I am blessed to be able to be around. I had a couple uncles that used, you know what I'm saying? My grandma used to date a man, Smitty. He would come in the house, he used and abused. My grandma drunk a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because they were fighting so much stuff. So when I started to be able to go back and see like, damn, what the hell really going on? Like the fight is over the food stamps. The food stamps is finance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my grandma had 4 children, you know what I'm saying? She's single parent. She going through this. My granddaddy was a high roller. He ran the shit up and down from here to New York. You know what I'm saying? Everybody then abused something. But most of the time, these vices that we go to is to suppress and get us away from what we really going through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I drink. I started drinking as an adult. I didn't start it as a kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when I first did it, I did it because an old man that I used to work with told me I was going to be able to fuck longer.
Corey.
Not Corey.
Oh, okay. I mean, my bad.
Not
I was
Corey.
zoned out. I was
Corey didn't give me that.
I was zoned out.
Yeah.
But when I did that, it damn near worked.
Right.
So I started drinking Tiger Ray. I was like, y'all
Right.
nigga, like, I'm going to go hit something and take this gin. So now for me to reverse that, I had to get more stronger in my mind. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still a man that can come before men and tell them, like, it was a certain time I had that vice. Like, shit, through the passing of my brother, like, I just told Corey this last night. I like, bro, I've been drinking since he died. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a clear space for me. It's like I drink, I get mellow. And at times, like with him, his amplifies. We just talked about this. Mine suppresses.
Right.
So it's like everything do different things for different people, and that's what people got to realize when they trying to abuse certain shit. Weed affects you a certain type of way. It's gonna affect me a certain type of way. Everything ain't for everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not. Like, I popped the Percocet when I broke my shoulder some years ago because it was prescribed to me, and the room was spinning, and I was like, oh, fuck no. Like, nigga, I don't ever want that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had some laughing gas. My dentist told me this what it feel like to be high. And I'm like, oh, so niggas walk around feeling like this? I never got high. I never did drugs because I'm like, nah, that shit ain't for me. My body gonna take it different. And you can make yourself feel like, you know, you supposed to have that. But that's, for me, it's like the substance abuse is something that we just got to get away from.
What do you
Because
think?
the
Like,
problem's still gonna be there.
oh, I
when
think,
it's
like,
over.
what you think like drive us to that point of like, you know, where we take, you know, some type of drug or alcohol or whatever that we are abusing. What do you think drives us to that point? Like, we already might be going through something.
Mhm.
All right, I'm already sad. I'm already depressed.
Mhm.
But now, what drives me to hit that liquor store every day and drink my life away?
Influence. Like,
Correct.
influence.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, peer pressure, influence, stuff you've seen. Like, again, we here together. This man don't do no drugs or none of that, right? But we sit here before y'all speaking on an individual that's our family that did certain things that neither one of us have done. But that comes from his peers. Like, we were not considered peers.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So we're the niggas that I never seen Quan take a drug ever a day in my life. Because I knock that shit out your hand. I fight you about that shit. I love you. I care about you. Like, you're not gonna do that in the presence of me. But you got your peers that telling you, but they mildly gonna do this or they mildly gonna do that. I would be lying if I say I never had them discussions with my brother, which I did. You know what I'm saying? He gave me the clarity that, hey, bro, this is what I'm doing. You know, woo, woo, okay, cool, whatever. Because, like, we go back to what we said. People are prescribed and take this stuff anyway. But if you telling me you're not abusing it, you know what I'm saying? That's a different. I take a blood pressure pill every day. But if I take 3 of them bitches every day, then I might get high. I could be considered a junkie or some type of other type of shit, man. So I just think is for some people, like I say, everything is situational. It could be your upbringing, it could be the peer pressure, and it could just be you as an individual. Some of us are built to be stronger than others.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that's where it comes from.
Then I think a lot of times, man, like, a lot of shit be mental, man.
It's mental.
You feel me?
Right.
You got to realize I was raised, man, 90% of the adversity you face in life is mental, man. 10% is doing it. You know what I'm saying? But like Monta said, if you got a coalition of people, man, that's going to hold you accountable, you got to realize, like, when you the artist and you got the money, nigga ain't going to say nothing because you might take them off payroll.
No, for sure.
But then when you got a nigga who got his own money, he say something to you, you be like, what the fuck can you say?
Yeah.
But then when you get around certain people and the ones that hold you accountable are not around, it's different.
I was just about to ask that. Like, what you gonna do then when you don't have the support and the people that can hold you accountable? What you gonna do when, you know, this person, he got nobody to run to that or that's gonna hold him accountable? How does he or she deal with that?
Everybody got somebody that they can go to. It's the choice
Of who you want
of
to go
who
to.
you want to go to. It's the choice.
I think we just talked about it.
Yeah,
last
we
week.
just talked about
We
it
just
last
talked about it
week.
with Joe.
It's your choice, bro. Like,
I don't think everybody just got somebody to go
they
to.
do, bro.
You do.
Like,
I feel like
you
everybody got
do,
a person
but
in your.
I'm saying I feel like you gotta have. I ain't gonna say you gotta have certain type of relationships with them, but you gotta feel like you're in a safe space with them to even allow them to be
That's
inside
what,
of.
that go back to what Bruh said with your mental capacity. Because truth be told, me and Gouch had this conversation on live about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And he made a comment that it stuck with me for so long because he was like, man, nobody going no damn counseling.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Right.
how he feel. That's what he believe in. But I got to tell him this in his face. Your counselor could be your partner. Like, it's just releasing shit.
Right.
It's just being able to get shit off. I don't have to know you to see you and be like, hey, bro, man, Gouch got them boop, 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 put it out there. Matter of fact, I don't want to know you because it ain't going to be no shit behind it.
Right.
It's just releasing shit. It's your mental capacity. You know what I'm saying? It's like leaving here today. You'll see this man sitting here talking. You'll see me sitting here talking. We got this shit called the social world now, the internet. Nigga done seen me talking on podcasts and come in my DM and pour their life out to me. And I would never share that shit again or none of that. And I find it in my heart to be like, hey, bro, stay here, do this, boom, boom, boom. And I have conversations with them every now and then. So I feel like everybody have somebody, even if it's close niched, bro. Everybody got somebody. It might be that one. It might be that person in your life that you running from, because guess what? You might be a person that's just full of bullshit.
And what's so crazy that you just said that we simply just told Vino this last week. Like, it's the person that you think that you can't talk to.
It's that person, bro. And you know you can talk to that person. That person is just not gonna tolerate your bullshit.
Your
Right.
excuses,
But
yo.
yeah.
That's what it be like. You gotta realize Quan knew between me and Monta, bro. Like, man, them folk gonna get to a nigga real. And guess what? 80% gonna be what you don't want to hear.
Right.
But,
I was
if
just
I can
finna
go
say
in a-
that,
but
yeah.
I can go in a room with these niggas who I kind of like micromanage and control. Like I used to hear shit like I would come in the studio and be like, boy, this ain't it. All y'all sitting around here saying, this it.
This it.
Man, Quan, that's some bullshit, man.
This
Quan,
ain't it.
Quan, you know you ain't putting your all into that song, man.
Man,
But-
that shit trash.
But your partners who smoking
They
with you,
enabling.
drinking with you, or
Yeah.
whatever, they stamping it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
That's hard.
Yeah, like that's it, bro. That ain't it, man.
Yeah,
So,
who you are in life contributes to what's around you. You know, it's a saying that say you are what you eat. Like that shit true. That's what you put in your
You're
life.
around shit.
If
you
you
know,
around
gonna be
shit, you ain't gonna be shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Simple as that. You know what I'm saying?
And I want Vino, you know what I'm saying, to share the rest of the statistics, you know what I'm saying, with y'all that, you know what I'm saying, we probably won't know.
Oh yeah. It said 37% of alcohol abusers and 53% of drug abusers have had at least one serious mental illness.
I can believe that.
Could believe it.
I like that's and going back to somebody reaching out for help. That's just like me, bro. If I don't went out here and did something drug related and damn near killed me, and I seen my life flash before my eyes, bro, as a man, I'm gonna pick up the phone and call somebody, man. Hey, bro, I was tripping.
Right.
Bro, listen to me, man. I just damn near lost my life. You know what I'm saying? And I pick up the phone and call Monta. Get what? Buddy pulling up, man.
Right.
Buddy pulling up, and get what, man? We're going to talk about it, and he going to help me.
Right.
One thing about Quan, I won't make no excuse in life or death. God bless his soul. Hey, man, dude had one of the best support systems you could have. You can have the support, but if you don't utilize it, you can't fault the support system.
Right.
We were there. You follow me?
there.
We were there. If I'm there for your finances, if I'm there to talk to you about life, but you can't come to me and talk about your drug abuse, I understand. I'm your dad. You probably don't want to let me down, or you don't want me to look at you a certain way.
Right.
But guess what? There were still other people in the sector. And I used to tell Quan, hey, man, listen, when I used to see him drunk and drinking, I would tell him, hey, man, alcoholism run on my side of the family. I've seen an uncle damn near drink himself to death. You follow me?
For
And a
sure.
lot of times when I used to see him over drinking, it would concern me. What you got to realize, back when my uncle was drinking, all he was doing was drinking. You follow me? Now, bro, they on perks, Molly, Zan, and what they say, once you start, you want to go a little higher and a little higher and a little higher.
right.
You feel
Right.
me? So it's like it's a lot of vices available in today's time, man.
Right.
And I think like how you were saying, like sometimes he might have felt like he couldn't come to you for he don't want you to like look down at him.
Right.
I feel like us as, you know, black men and just really people in general, like sometimes we, you know, feel the need not to go to people because you don't want to let people down. Like, especially if you like was supposed to be the it person in your family or the it person in your clique or your crew or anybody, you probably don't feel like comfortable enough to share that type of info with them because of like, damn, they're gonna look at me different. Like I'm supposed to be this, you know. Cause I think last week we was talking with Dro and we kind of was talking about this same thing. And I was really saying like, I feel like sometimes people go through like a success depression where like you might not feel like you as successful enough in life, you put yourself in this depression, based off your own personal goals you might have for yourself.
Right.
You might be working, you might have a house, got your bill paid, but you can still be depressed because you like, damn, I was supposed to be in the NFL.
Yeah.
But damn, now I'm right here in this PE coach.
That shit
Goddamn.
just go into the building of you though. Like, we human, man. Whether you black, white, whatever, 10, 12, 11, 15, 25, 35, 55, 75, it go into building you and the strength that you got to have within your mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everything in your life happened for a reason, right? So any young man out there that's suffering with any type of depression has to understand this. Hey, man, if you allow the devil in, which is doubt, if you allow that shit in, it's going to take over your mind.
How can you win?
How? If you keep telling yourself, I can't. We learned this in elementary school. And some of us that grew up around strong people, Gouch, you say your grandmama was strong. I know for a fact your grandma told you, a man don't say I can't. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all know me. I'm going to argue you down that I can lift the same weight you can.
Yeah, you definitely gonna argue.
I'm going to argue you the fuck down.
Definitely.
I don't give a damn.
You think he could throw 90 miles right now.
I can.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
But what's so crazy is I never ever had a conversation with my grandma where I was explaining to her like, Mike, I can't do it. I just always try some shit.
You feel me? But it's so many people out here, bro, that's fighting that, what you saying. And me, I overstand it. You understand what I'm saying? Because understanding is one of the things that our community lacks.
Right.
People don't try to understand shit. They just go out here and they run with, oh, I can't do that, da-da-da. Hey, man, if one person doing it, you can do it.
Done.
It can be done.
I think, man, getting back to what we were talking about when you look at like helping people, right? Or you saying like seeing a problem and being there for them.
Yeah.
The number one rule, man, is that you got to want to be helped, man.
Got to.
You got to want help. You understand? That's just like me. I'm 55 years old. But I've been to counseling like one time, and that was on some relationship shit. You feel me?
Right.
But losing my son, I just raised my hand and say, hey, man, I need therapy. I realize some of the most successful people in the world, when you read up on them and you see them doing interviews, man, 95% of them people see therapists, bro, because it's a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And guess what? At the end of the day, well, why Quan didn't go to therapist? He did, but he stopped when he wanted to. You can't make a grown man go if that's not what he wants.
I was just gonna say, like, you think you go not more so now because you older. You know, they always say like, the older you get, the wiser you get. Like, I think like people like at a younger age, like us, we still like almost in that denial stage of needing therapy. Or how you was just saying, Gouch said, I ain't going no damn counseling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he might feel that way now. At this age, I ain't saying we like stuck in our ways, but we ain't got to that level where we just wise enough to say,
It's just cool to say
and
shit.
felt comfortable to say, hey, I need help. That ain't came about, with our age group yet.
But if you keep living, it's gonna come about. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't see it then, but what I'm saying, dealing with the death of my son, waking up at 6:30 in the morning in a bedroom, and you look at the clock and it's 12:47 and you ain't walked out the bedroom, hey, bro, you got a problem. Looking at yourself knowing that you used to drink 1 or 2 mixed drinks a month, and now, bro, if you going out 3-4 times a week, you getting a mixed drink. Like, I had to have that conversation with myself. Hey, man, you got to take the same advice you gave Quan. Whatever you going through, that ounce ain't in no bottle. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, that's when you say, hey, man, I got to talk to, I don't want to talk to Monta. I don't want to talk to Gouch. I want to go talk to somebody I can let all this shit out because I'm hurting. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, bro, we as black men keep so much bottled up inside of us. That shit lead to like medical conditions, high blood pressure, strokes. All this shit, bro, because guess what? We don't get it out of us, man.
Right.
Motherfucking lady, I was looking at a lady was saying the other night, a neurologist. She was saying at night when you go to bed, it's best to keep a bottle of water on the side of your bed. Drink water before you go to bed. She said the numbers are rising in black men. having strokes in the middle of the night, man.
And waking up in shock.
Think about all the pressure that a nigga lay down with, bro.
Yeah.
It's a lot, man, being black in America, bro.
Yeah.
I want to chime back in when Vino he spoke on something Monta said when I said I don't need counseling or therapy. I'm saying like I can't say everyone thinks like me. So the reason I want to explain to y'all the reason why I say I don't, right? Because I work out a lot, right? So I use working out as my like therapy session,
That's
right?
your outlet.
So and then I understand like the view on life. Like I'm not saying no people y'all don't understand it, but my understanding is when you're rich, right? Everybody gonna come from everywhere want your money, right? They're gonna want you to donate money to here and there, right?
Yep.
Everybody needs some, right? Everybody hurting. A child around here died, they need you to bury him, right? The church needs the books. Corey, you just gave some jerseys to Douglas High School girls softball team. Is everybody gonna need some,
Flag football.
right? So it's just about if you're not like comfortable with yourself knowing like when I get this money, these people coming. So I already understand that when these other people get rich, right, they ain't grew up in no community like us.
That's real.
So they don't understand when they get rich what comes with it.
They ain't been groomed.
Like I've been a child going to the older dudes in the neighborhood when the can lady me boo boo them, the honey buns with 50 cents. Hey, give me $1, right? Because I ain't get no dollar out the house.
Yeah.
So I'm already familiar with it. So when I got older, people, come to me, hey, Gouch, you got this? Or Gouch, can you help over this? I understand it. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't saying I don't need nobody to talk to or go to therapy. I just understand it.
Yeah.
I know they're going to come from every angle. It's just going to always be some. Like, oh, somebody sending you a message, they light bill. It's just going to be the calls you get.
Yeah, see, that's just one part to it, though.
It's just like,
and
I want to say this. Hold on, before y'all cut me out real quick.
Okay, yeah.
You don't want to let your family down.
Yeah.
Right? So you be like, your dad might not be talking to your auntie and you taking your dad's side. Like, that's regular family functional things. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you feel like it's on you so much on your head, you thinking about it. Like, no. I tell my kinfolk, I'm going to see. Like, my auntie recently just called me and said, Brandon, I need like $700 to pay my car loan. I said, go to my dad, go pull to my dad's shop. I ain't talking to your dad right now. Well, I ain't finna deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just be straight up. Go to my dad. Go down there and talk to him, ask him. Cause I ain't got it right now. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm leaving the gym, ain't got it. I gotta pay 2 rents, and I got these 2 children that want something every week. I ain't got it. I'm not gonna beat myself down and feel like, damn, I'm gonna just get up, keep going. Come and wake up in the morning, go back to the gym. And like, we got to find something as men that we like to do.
To channel that.
You know what I'm saying? To channel it. Because if we sit there, like Corey, you got to find a hobby. Because if you don't find like a hobby, something to relieve your stress, like it's gonna just sit on you. You feel what I'm saying? Then you're gonna find yourself like, damn, what I could have did different. So you got to, like when I saw Monta come back to softball, I was like, damn, I ain't even really want to sit in the Monta because I be arguing with Monta on the softball field. I ain't really probably say a couple words to him. You good, Monta? Gave you a hug.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I knew you needed to come back.
I had to have it.
Swing her back. Get it off you. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I be feeling like I don't need to go talk to nobody. And I told my best friend this because he wanted to go, like, bro, we need to go to therapy. We was sitting, like, a couple of years ago, sitting in the spot, like, man, I went to that shit and I just didn't understand it, why I was there.
No, I think more so like the therapy could be to get a different perspective or to look at it from another way. I feel like sometimes they could just...
Before I make a decision on anything, I'm going to look at it every way.
I just think this, what Vino's saying is correct, right? And as a man that, I think we grew up the same, Gouch.
Right.
Like, and we come from the same struggles. Some of the same. Our family, my dad and your dad and them niggas like this.
Because we don't see some of the
a lot.
worst.
You know what I'm saying? So me, when I wanted to go to therapy, right? Like I was dealing with childhood trauma. I was abused as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I got threw down some steps in Jonesboro North. I got the gash in the back of my head.
Man, my
right
auntie
now,
hit me in the back with a fork before when I was a child.
That's what I'm saying. So all that
straight
type
in
of
my back.
stuff, right? It built us up to feel like we could take and we could go through anything, right? But one of the number one traumas in my life, my grandma put a 357 to my head when I was 5. So I grew up angry, right? So even though I know how to handle stuff and people can talk to me and this and that and this and that, I wanted to know why the fuck I was angry.
Right.
Why the hell this man could tell y'all? Like at one point when I was on the road, he told our security, watch him. Am I lying?
No, hell no.
Cause get what? And I'm the coolest person, but I'm gonna go. But I wanted to know what the fuck is wrong with me.
You from Atlanta, and you didn't want to feel tried by no country niggas nowhere
guess what?
worldwide.
Feeling tried or get me killed. So I wanted to understand what was my problem. I went to therapy. I swear to God, I could show y'all the message from my therapist. One day she was like, "You a strong-minded person, whatever, whatever." And she sent me this homework to look at this video. It's like 20 minutes of looking at this lady, right? She's standing up there, she talking about all this. And I realized at that point I didn't have no vulnerability in my life. That built up my relationship with Quan, Corey, my mama, my daughter, everybody. I lacked vulnerability. So now my toughness was like, get rid of that.
Yeah.
Learn how to tell a person how I feel in terms of this. Be vulnerable. Like everybody not trying to come at you. Everything is not an attack. I learned that in therapy. I would have never got that from none of my partners because we all in the same realm.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We all live in the same life. We cool. We can get through some problems. I can call Corey. Corey can call me. We get through. We are each other's therapists. Yeah. I can cry to him. I can do all that to him. I can tell him, "Hey, bro, my dick ain't working, bro." He might laugh. He might have a remedy for me. But
when you understand how old you is, it's like that come with life.
And that might be what it is. Maybe I always try to take a shot.
No.
I'm not saying that's my problem, but you know that's some shit a nigga don't want to tell a nigga.
Yeah, nah.
But I done had a cat in my life come tell me, "Hey, bro, my shit ain't working right now, bro. What's up?" You know what I'm saying?
Go get it in the gym, nigga.
Yeah, get the legs workouts. Real leg workouts.
So
Corey,
the bigger part be stress.
Any of y'all need to come work out with me, I promise. We'll get you right. You know what I'm saying? Get in the gym.
What I just told you today, bro.
Come to the gym with you.
Boom.
Even if you don't want to go to the gym, you just start walking the belt line. I swear, that's a good
But guess what's crazy?
therapy session.
Ask Monta. Bro, before September the 5th, what I was doing?
Every day he got up and ran
Rode my bike
and rode his
walked,
bike.
Bro, it was like since September the 5th.
We be on that, but
And
it
bro,
still
that
be
is the
something
most
deeper.
peaceful shit
Yeah,
ever.
that was my piece. Like my bike and walking, man, that shit was like, it was, guess what?
Still got my
They
bike.
talk to Quan every morning at 9:30 from 9:30 to like 10 on my bicycle.
Exactly.
He been doing that. But see what he's saying now, Goo, is he's reached another level of mental things that's going on and he needs to release something that I can't even release it to myself. I just told a female that I know her dad just died, and she said, she texted me, she said, "I feel like I need to go scream." Guess what I told her? Do it.
Go scream, yeah.
Go scream. Because I let out the biggest sigh ever when I walked in the room and seen my brother, and I don't know, was you on the phone? Like, I just screamed. Like, and I still do it some days because it's like, I got to get, because it be bottled up in you, and that's why so many black men have strokes and stuff, because we be holding on. After that.
And was like, where you at?
I asked you where you was at.
On the way.
Yeah, but I was in the middle of the flow. Like, I ain't no nigga that want to put on too much, but we be needing, I feel like we need it. Everybody need advice, and you probably getting it from somewhere. You just don't understand the totality of where you getting it from.
Right.
So if you got to go pay somebody $100 a session to do it, it's no problem with
Right.
it.
Corey, why do you think there's still such a strong stigma around mental health in the African American community?
We just talked about it.
Because we're in denial.
Denial.
Black men, you know, we're in denial that we have issues.
Fact.
And you know what? I was talking to somebody about this the other day. And it's something I had to learn later on in life. The best thing you can do, man, is learn a person before you lust a person. Meaning that you meet a young lady, first thing you do is lust her.
Right.
Man, find out about her childhood. Find out about her mom and daddy. And guess what? A lot of time, man, when you take time, like now that I'm older, bro, listen, I can see some signs and I'm gone.
Right.
That's just me. Like I can see some signs and I'm gone because guess what? I'm thinking with this and not this.
And people tell me that, they be like, "Bro, you gonna be single a long time?" Be like, "Nah, I just see stuff that I don't agree with and I go on."
And if you see it, why play like it's not there when it's there?
Right.
So the thing is, a lot of time, man, it just be denial. How we don't say we need help, bro.
Right.
And then at the end of the day, somebody like me and you, guess what we be saying? How they gonna help me?
Yeah.
Shit,
Exactly.
they might be going through some shit that they are.
They going through some shit too.
Cause that done came to my mind before plenty of times. So at the end of the day, where do I go get help from?
Right.
I feel like that's like a question that can never be answered because there's
Right.
never no correct way.
It's not.
Right.
But at
Monta,
the, yes, sir.
how can we make it easier for young men, especially those in hip hop, to ask for help without feeling judged?
Just do it, man. And at the end of the day, you have to find that particular person in your life that you are close enough to that you can spread your wings, sow your oats, and you have no gray area or no black area with them people, man. The community is filled with putting yourself at a particular high, but we have to always remember in the hip hop community, no matter how much money you have, we all human.
Right.
We're human beings that go through stuff.
You always we all came from somewhere.
We all came from, we all were created and we're humans. It's not that you're a man, you are human. It's not that you're a girl, you're a human. And remember that.
And we all got to remember, like, at certain parts of our life still today, someone, no matter how old we was, helped us do something.
We've all had help.
Right.
Better say it.
It's nobody in this world. I had an argument with a female about this. She told me she didn't look up to nobody. Nobody never helped her do nothing. I tell people all the time, like, hey, the only thing a person ever gave me in life was opportunity. Opportunity stands within the synonym of what? Help.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I might be able to say, nigga ain't never gave me no money. Nigga never paid my bill, but nigga gave me opportunity to help me pay my bills.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So
And that's what people don't understand.
yeah, it's understanding.
It's like you feel like, oh, they ain't never gave me shit.
Yeah.
But you been put into an opportunity to make some money.
Yeah, you've been put in a position. That's an opportunity.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Corey,
Yes, sir.
how much of the stigma in black community come from the lack of education about mental health versus a fear of appearing weak?
Repeat.
How much of the stigma in the black community comes from the lack of education and mental health versus the fear of appearing weak?
I think, man, it's probably more so the appearing weak part.
Right.
Because a lot of times, like, I know I need some help, but I don't want my partners to know I need some help. I don't
Right.
want my homies. You know what I'm saying? And instead of saying I need some help, I go out here and crash out. I feel like the awareness is there. You know what I'm saying? Like they putting the shit everywhere, but I think it's just individually wise, bro. We be in denial again about seeking help, or even going to one of your partners saying it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I do definitely, when you just spoke on the crash out part, I feel like those people that who willing to go out here to sacrifice their life to go into a prison system or, you know what I'm saying, potentially die and crash out is like have some type of mental disorder that they are facing.
Right, no doubt.
Because
That's not a
Or
that's
it's
not
just your
sane.
pride. Or it's just really
no,
your
I'm saying
pride.
because it's just something mentally ill wrong with you if you say I'm finna go shoot up a block party and know you're gonna kill innocent children and
Yeah,
people.
innocent people, no doubt. And then at the end of the day, sometimes, bro, like I be thinking that be the coward way out,
Right.
too, man.
That is the coward.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna sit up here and play with your freedom? Yeah. And knowing that these folk giving some elbows, man.
They definitely don't give them to you.
No, man, I'm talking about just to prove something to your homies. No, man.
They normalizing that shit too right now in our community. Oh, it's cool to go to jail. Ain't shit cool about
jail.
getting
That's
caught.
real.
Because once you
Doing
go to
what you
jail,
doing.
you ain't got your gun no more, right?
Right.
So you ain't tough. So you know you couldn't fight, right? So that's why you had a gun.
Yeah, but you gonna
And
go
then
down
now
there and
you
the nigga
finna go
gonna
down
sell
here.
you a knife.
They're gonna sell your knife either, or you're gonna get tortured by the people that you did something to their people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Then you're gonna be calling home crying.
Yeah, but see, some
And
gonna go
just so
down there.
forth.
How many people you know actually went to jail and came back reformed? And how many people you know go to jail and come back thinking they're tougher than they were?
The latter part is the numbers are much higher.
Exactly. So
Exactly.
most people go and they come back thinking, and they get killed. Like look at the statistic of the black men that go to prison, come home and do the same things they done. I had to go through this because my dad, you know what I'm saying, my pops did
bless
20.
his soul.
God bless his soul. He did 28 years in the prison system. So when he came home, I had to hear these conversations. When he was in prison, I had to talk to these dudes. And one of his buddies made first 48. And I had to hear, like, even when they went to trial, like, his mind just was, I done prison. I could do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Man, that ain't no place, nobody. I went to jail. I did 5-6 days in Cobb County. And I'm like, bruh, like, I got to do this for 20 years. And nigga don't want to do that shit. I got into 3 fights in 6 days, like over a phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all giving me, they give you the bottom of the barrel food, but it's normalized in our community. Okay, shit, I go sit down and do the time. That nigga ain't gonna play with me. Hey, man, it's easier to say, you know what? Everybody takes a L. Everybody loses.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Before you bust that gun, you gonna lose, they gonna lose. It's a loss.
It's an L versus a L.
L versus L. Ain't no win in that.
It's none.
Even you thinking you gonna look cool because you shot a nigga is not cool.
Right.
You really look like a coward to
And
somebody.
then potentially the person that you did it for may end up telling on you.
They might tell on you. What's the odds of that, Corey? Like 90%?
Shit, hell yeah. And then get what? Even you gotta realize if you go out here and do it for somebody, whoever you do it for, them niggas gonna leave you hanging.
They
bro.
gonna leave you
You
hanging.
doing all that time by yourself, man.
By yourself.
By yourself, man. Guess what? If you got family or kids, they ain't gonna look out for them or nothing, bro.
Man. Because get what? They might be scared to attach themselves to you, so they can't look out for you.
Right.
So I was gonna ask, like, do y'all think the industry and the hip hop community really learned anything from the passing of Quan or like Juice WRLD or Matt Miller? Do you think they learned anything, or they just finna just keep repeating the same steps? It's just like a.
Let me say something before y'all answer. I want to say something on that too, because I want to say, like, I feel like in the industry, they make so much money that they celebrate you when you passing, like, you know what I'm saying, support your music, however. But I feel like weeks later they going on.
They gone.
Because it's like, we 35 years old. Once before T.I. was, you know what I'm saying, 20 years old rapping. Or Jeezy, Jay-Z, whoever. They know that the higher powers up, like, man, it's somebody new coming tomorrow. And they know they still gonna make money off you, you know what I'm saying, dead or alive.
Yep.
It's a business. It's a business. And what you have to realize is, like, I won't call it a name, but one of my prominent partners pulled up on me when Quan passed. Me and him and Monta were talking. So he went into the studio and folk had all that shit out that they say Quan had lost his life to, right? He like, hey, man, didn't y'all just see what just happened to the homie? Them niggas like, that was him, bro. We good. We straight. It ain't gonna happen to us. That's just the mindset they have. So it be like what you say, like a split second. We gonna pause, but they pick right back up, man.
Yeah,
like shit, you gotta realize, bro. It's been people more prominent, figures that have died from drug use, and guess what? That's probably one of the few statistics that we haven't seen a decline in 50 years. They study going up, man, as far as drug use amongst our people. Guess what? Just like Jesse Jackson said years ago, ain't no black people got no airplanes dropping that shit over here, man.
At all.
At all. They know where they dropping it at. They dropping it in our community, man.
Facts. And
Think about it.
And to piggyback on that, it was literally a state of shock. So if you go into shock, you gonna, like Corey said, you gonna pause, right? But I recently just reached out to 2 artists and they DM like, hey, give me a call. Cause I listened to some music they were putting in. I just wanted to tell the dude, like, hey, bro, like, I know everybody around you. I know what you indulging in. Hey, bro, we just took a massive, massive loss. Hey, let that go. But they gonna keep on doing it because it go back to the clips and the conversation beforehand, like people running from things or they feel like they can't operate without it. Like I heard y'all speak on Dro. I don't know if he spoke on it or not. I was one of the first people that sat down with him and Sierra about him going to sorority years ago. Like when she first asked me to work with him, and me and him like this, Corey know this, like we close as hell. Cause I was one of the first people, I ain't had no shade with telling you, hey bro, in order to be who you are and sustain your legacy, you gotta let them drugs go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't nothing never came. You name me a person that beat him.
Exactly.
You feel me? And
They undefeated.
They undefeated. And I can name you a lot of people that beat the streets.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's a choice that you got to make. And in the industry, we can always say what the cliche of they, who is they, we know what they gonna do, but they only doing what we allowing them to do.
Right.
Because we being triggered. The easy way to control a person is finance. Everything in life is finance. So it's what you gonna control and what you gonna dictate in your life and what you gonna allow in your life. So our young black men gotta learn, leave the fucking drugs alone.
Right.
I was just gonna say that. Like, what advice would y'all give for, like, you know, any artists or any people that's kind of like going through, you know, a similar situation?
You know what I would say? You know what I would say? Glad y'all bought dude name up. You guys, Monta. I had Monta to call Dro shortly after Quan passed.
Mm-hmm.
When y'all did 404 at the bank,
Right.
and Quan performed, I'm backstage. I see Dro. Like, damn, that nigga look good. I'm looking at his weight and stuff. And Monta said, bro, he been in rehab. So when Quan passed, I say, get Dro on the phone. When Dro get on the phone, me and Dro ain't never talked before. We had mutual respect for each other, but we had never had a conversation. And I told him, I said, man, you know, and that's, remember, a few weeks before I got on the phone with him, he had an interview up at the Breakfast Club where he was finna get into it with somebody sitting on the sofa who was laughing about
his abuse.
About his abuse and stuff. And I told him, I said, bro, I looked at your interview. And I just want to tell you, man, I commend you. You know what I'm saying? I commend you, man, for flipping the tables. You feel what I'm saying? You look good. And I told him, bro, like, I wish like hell my son could have done the same thing. So don't think what you did is to be taken lightly, because it's not. Because, man, when you see somebody like dude, man, who beat that shit or who's struggling with it every day, you understand? Because I know it's an everyday struggle.
Right.
But to see him and to see his grind and to see his conversation, man, and to see his comeback,
Right.
hey, man, that shit hit right here. So, like, when you say, if it's an artist going through that, hey, man,
Call him.
humble yourself and call Buddy.
Call him.
He been there. You got to communicate with people in your sector, man.
Facts.
That's probably been down further than you, or probably can prevent you from going somewhere you don't want to go, man.
Right.
Right.
I agree with that. Call Dro.
Right.
Call him, bro. Yeah, for real.
So I want to break it down. We're gonna run through a couple questions for both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? As we get ready to, you know what I'm saying, get out of here. What steps are you taking to honor Quan legacy and turn this tragedy into something meaningful?
The steps that we taking to honor his tragedy is every day. Quan lives in our hearts, so we will not, and I stand forth on this. We will not discontinue his music. It would always be here. We have a lot of different things in the works that we working on around this city, but we gonna support Quan until neither one of us, whichever one of us go here first or whatever, is gonna continue, and we gonna continue to have it to where the community will know exactly who the Quantis Rich Homie Quan Lamar is, as long as I got breath in me.
You know what I mean? To piggyback off what Monta said, like, the music is there. Put music out, videos, things of that nature, that's easy. But I think, man, to continue his legacy with me, man, to speak about what we're speaking about tonight.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Mental illnesses, issues going on in the black community, teaching, you know, young men, old men, it's okay to talk about it. You understand? You know, bringing to fruition that your answer ain't in the pill bottle, liquor bottle, whatever bottle you may think it's in. It seemed like your people sitting down talking. So, like, the music part, like, Gouch, you know, Quan got enough music to run for the next 5-6 years. So that music can be put on, like, auto-tune, and it'll drop. But what's bigger, man, is preventing other people, parents, brothers, sisters. Like, I got 5 grandkids, man. I had 2 on with me week before last. I was looking at them kids laying up there on the bed. I'm like, I just want to know what go through their mind. You know, these kids 8 and 9 years old, man. Like, their dad is no longer here, and he was very instrumental in their life. So if we can shed light and get other people to realize, hey, man, this shit bigger than you. And I used to tell Quan this, the decisions you make don't only affect you, man.
Right.
Now I got 5 grandkids, bro. I got one just turned 18 years old, just had his 18th birthday without his dad. I got to talk to this kid 2-3 times a week, bro, because he's on that bubble now. Then I got 11-year-old, 10-year-old, 9-year-old, 2-year-old. So it's a lot, man. But I mean, like, if we could just bring more awareness, man, and let people know, man, that, you know, this shit hurt a lot of people, man.
Right.
Especially to the youth.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt, man.
I feel like that's who needed the most.
Yeah, because they're the next generation.
Right. if Quan were here today, what message do you think he'll want to send others about mental health and self-care?
Man, if Quan was here today, knowing the Quan that I know, man, he would be very remorseful, and he would be telling people like, "Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't do it, man. Because like we know, drugs, man. Like you got to call an ace and a spade, man. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it was a good pill, fake pill, or whatever, man, that was Quan vice. And when he got in a dark space, that's what he chose to turn to, man.
Right.
So I was gonna say, like, if you could, say one message. Every episode we kind of do that with everybody who come on here. Mm-hmm. You kind of like leaving us with like a gem. But if you could leave like a message or say a message for the listeners and that you think they should got from this conversation today, what would y'all want to hope that they get right here from this?
Confide in somebody. Understand that you're never in this world alone. No matter what you're going through, find somebody to talk to. And no matter how dark it may seem, man, the morning got to come.
Right.
And always remember, man, the decisions you make don't only affect you.
And I would say to the people, man, my thing would be seek understanding. Understanding is the inevitable thing of life that most people lack. Having understanding in anything you do piggybacks off what bro said, affects everybody around you. You're not alone. You understand what I'm saying? Even in them darkest times, the way you feel like you're alone, you're not alone. So the people that's willing to reach out a helping hand to you, allow people to actually grab your hand. Don't always reach back. I suffer with that myself. You know what I'm saying? When you feel like somebody not fucking with you, fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? And just be weary and be very, very, very mindful of the envy, the hate, the jealousy that's out here in this world, and make sure that the circle that you have around you are people that are genuinely loyal to you, and be loyal to yourself in the process of whatever it is. And do not do drugs. Leave the drugs alone.
Right. So, we finna wrap it up. I want to do, a call to action. I want to let the world know, or anybody who viewing this, if you, or someone is struggling, please reach out for help. There's no shame in seeking support. It's a sign of strength. So, I want to end it with that. I want to thank Corey and Monta, who play a big role in Quan's life, for the big brother, for coming through, sharing, their knowledge about mental health and things that, they personally went through, Quan went through, and that some stuff that people on the outside may be going through that they scared to share with people, I really do appreciate y'all coming through, man. And we're just going to keep this thing going. Thank y'all for tuning in to Politically Incorrect. We'll see y'all. Peace.
Thank you for having us.
Rich Homie, that's you? Let go! Hey! See, I walked in with 2 cars feeling like the man of the year. Man of the year. And a broke nigga can't understand 100 grand in these pants over here. 100 grand, nigga. Picture that, I'ma hit it from the back with my hands on the hill. I'ma fuck your bitch. And I'm smoking out the bag, but I see your man with a zip.